Good afternoon, everyone. Now today we will start with the program. Okay. Last time I had told you what program we had to do, right? Branching instruction we had studied, and one program we had taken. Now we will be. I have given you one assignment or one program to be done at home. Okay. I think only Karthik showed me that particular program. Mm, okay. Again, I will just briefly tell you what is the branching instruction. Branching instructions are nothing but the instructions which are mainly used the branching instructions are mainly used to change the control of the I mean the sequence of the instructions. Sometimes you want to you do not want the instructions to be executed sequentially. Instead of that, the control should be transferred to some other part of the program. Then we use the branching instructions. There are two types of branching instructions. One is nothing but your unconditional branching, that is JMP instruction, or in C++ you can say go to J asto. That is nothing but your unconditional branching. And in conditional branching, you have if else, that is nothing but your conditional. You check the condition and then transfer the control, right? In C++. In 8085, you have 5 different flags. Out of those, 4 flags are used. One is a zero flag, then second one is nothing but the parity flag, carry flag, and the sign flag. Okay, according to the flag status, the conditional jumps are JNZ or JZ. Okay, if the zero flag is set or zero flag is not set, that is the meaning. Then J, according to the parity flag, it is JPE and JPO, right? Jump if parity even, that is parity flag is set. Jump if parity flag is odd. Okay, parity odd, that means the parity flag is reset. Jump if carry, that is if the carry flag is set. Jump if no carry. Okay, and then you have jump if positive, JP, and jump if minus. These are the 6 conditional jump instructions in 8085. Rest of the branching instructions are RST instructions, return instruction, call instructions. That we are not going to do it right now. Once I will go back to the chapter 1 and then again we will do those particular instructions. Now, the thing is, suppose if I ask you to write a program, for example, in 7500. Last time I had told you to write a program to fill the memory location 7500 to 7504H with these numbers, right? 7500 should have 00, 01 should have 01, 02 should have 02, and the in the theory you will have to make 3 columns. The first column is called as the label column, the second column is called as the mnemonics column, and comments is nothing but your third column. So last time I had explained you what is the logic of the program. the address, the first address must be in the HL register pair. Any register pair you can use, but M is a ready-made thing which you can use. So HL will have 7500. Okay, and then how many memory locations are there total? That is nothing but the 5. So that counter I will keep it as 5. So for I equal to 5, I less than or equal, or I greater than or equal to 1, I minus that particular logic in C++ we will be using in 8085. Okay, that counter we will be decrementing by 1 every time, and once it becomes 0, it has to come out of the loop. Okay, so that's why the initial count is 0, 5 instead of 0, 0 or 0, 1. Then 0, 0 has to be transferred to 7500. So initially accumulator contains, I will make 0, 0. And those contains, I will transfer it to memory. Okay, memory means HL मध्ये जो address है त्यातले contains. Okay, so move M comma A. What we will do? 0, 0 will be transferred in initially and in 7500. Now once 0, 0 is stored in 7500, I have to store 0, 1 in 7501. So how will I get 0, 1? By incrementing the accumulator. So INR A will increment the accumulator contains by 1. And this particular 0, 1, I have to store it in 7501. So I will have to INX H. So 7500 मध्ये 1 add होतो. So HL will now become 7501. Now one memory location I have already filled. Okay, so how many still memory locations are remaining? That I can do it by decrementing the counter. Out of 5, 1 is over. So how many still more? 4. Correct? So 4 are there. So 4, so C is decremented. That means C value has not become 0. If it is not, it has not become 0, then again I have to repeat these steps. So my jump if not 0, it should go to this particular instruction. Right now we are writing the label. Okay, we are giving the label. How to give the address, that I will tell you. Because in 8085, what is the syntax of the instruction? JNZ and then 16-bit address. So right now you don't know what is the address of that particular instruction. That's why I am just giving the label to that particular instruction. In theory paper, you have to give the label only. You don't have to write the address here. Okay, and then you have to halt it. So last time I think I have told you that particular logic. So right now I'm not spending too much time in that. Now suppose I have to write one more program. Write a program to check if the 6500 contains R05 or not. Are you understanding what is the meaning of that? This particular address contains R05 आहेत की नाही ते बघायचं. If yes, then the B register contains should be 00. Otherwise, the B register contains should be F. If you have understood the question, anybody who has not understood the question, 6500 हा एक address आहे. त्यातले contains you have to check whether they are 05 or not. Okay. In order to check the contains whether they are 05 or not, we will be comparing that number with 05. Correct? So that means I will be using the logical instruction. Okay. There are n different ways by which you can write this particular program. Now what I am going to do is 6500 contains. I want to check it whether they are 05 or not. That means what I'm doing, I'm comparing 05 with the contains of this. So which instruction we have studied for that? We have studied the instruction which is nothing but CMPR or M, or we have studied CPI, and then whatever is the 8-bit data. Correct? So the contains of this I will have to either compare with 05 or 05 I will move it in the accumulator and then I will compare the memory contents with this. Are you understanding? For compare instruction, one number has to be in the accumulator. Always. One number will be in the accumulator. Another number can be either your 8-bit number or it can be the memory or the register. So what I can do is this 05 I can bring it in accumulator and then compare the memory, or I will bring the memory contents into the accumulator and then compare with the 05. So I will use, for example, if I want to use this particular instruction CPI, then I have to say CPI 05, correct? That means I am comparing the accumulator contents with 05. In order to compare the accumulator contents with 05, what should I do is I should bring the 05 say contains in the accumulator and then compare it with 05, because one number has to be in the accumulator, another number can be the actual number. Now after this particular instruction, if you remember the logical instruction, should I tell that particular instruction again? Okay, compare instruction, if you remember, if A contains are equal to the 8-bit number, 0 flag is set. My internet is unstable. Huh? A contains are equal to 8-bit number, then 0 flag is set. If it is less, carry flag is set. If it is greater, carry and 0 is reset. I hope you are understanding. If you are finding it difficult, I will just stop there only. Huh? Okay. So CPI 05. If I compare it, what I will have to check is the 0 flag. If 0 flag is set, correct? If 0 flag is set, that means the A contains and 05 are same. A contains means what? 6500 say contains are nothing but your A contains. That and 05 are same. That means my B registered content should be 00. Else I will have to make B register contents as FF. This is the logic of your program. Are you understanding this? Are you understanding? Okay. Now 6500 contains, I want to bring it in accumulator. In this case, I have only one memory location. So I can say LDA 6500. These are my mnemonics now, right? LDA 6500. What it will do? It will bring the 6500 contents in the accumulator. Correct? Then what I have to do is I have to compare immediately with 05. Okay. If 0 flag is set, for that what is the condition? Jump if 0. Okay, what I have to do is I have to make the B register contains 00. So for example, if I say XYZ is the label. Okay, I don't know where I will write that particular thing. Now, if it is not, correct, if the 0 flag is not set, it will come to the next instruction. So what that instruction should do, that it should make the B register contains FF. In order to make the B register contains FF, I have the instruction, correct, and then I should say halt. So if the numbers are not same, that is 6500 number is not same as 05, this particular part of the program works perfectly. But if it is same, then where it should go? It should go to XYZ. So for example, here if I write what is XYZ, so XYZ is the label, correct? And there I said I want the B register contains as 0 0, and then I have to stop. Then I have to stop. Are you understanding this part? Okay, if the 0 flag is set, that means the A value and 05 are same. A value is 05. It will go to this particular label. Now this particular label has the instruction MVIB00. That means it will make the B register contains 00 and it will stop. But in one program, there are no two halts. Okay, there are no two stops. See, in C++ also you start with the curly bracket and with only one curly bracket, right? You have only the one main program. You don't have two curly brackets or two separate programs, right? That means two stops are not there, two halts are not there. That means I have to remove this halt, and from here, after I make B register value FF, I should go to this particular instruction. Correct? Once I make, if the value of 6505 is not 05, what I have to do is I have to make B register contains FF and I have to go to halt. So here I will use the unconditional jump. For example, if I give some label, for example, XXX. So XXX label will be given to this particular instruction. So this is how you can use the unconditional jump as well as the conditional jump in the program. Again, I will explain the logic of the program. What I am doing, 6500 contains, I am bringing into the accumulator. That is A register. Why? Because I have to use the compare instruction. In compare instruction, one number has to be in the accumulator, another number can be the actual number, or it can be in the memory. Okay. So if I am choosing the CPI instruction, so CPI, it should compare with 05 because I know the contains, I have to compare it with 05. So CPI 05, if I am saying, that means 6500 contains, I should bring it in the accumulator. So accumulator will have this value, HTTP value, not this value. The contents of 6500 value. The contents of 6500 might be FF. Okay, if FF is the contents of 6500, A will become 05 and you are comparing with 05. Both are not same. So 0 flag will not be set. So this condition will be false. If this condition is false, it will go to the next instruction. It will not go to this particular label. If the condition is true, then only it will go to that particular label. So it is false. So it will make MVIB FF because we want B value to be FF if both are not same. And then I'm asking it to jump to XXX, this particular label, where it is halting the program. Okay. So from here, it is directly going to this particular part of the program. Now, for example, if 6500 has 05, then you are comparing it with 05. So both are same. So 0 flag will be set. Once the 0 flag is set, it will go to XYZ label. So what is the instruction over there? It will skip these instructions now. Okay. What is the instruction here? It will make B register value 00 and then stop. That is exactly what is our aim of the program. I hope you have understood how to use the unconditional and conditional jumps. Anyone has doubt? Everybody has understood or not understood? Okay, shall I give you one more program then? Okay. Now we will do one more program and then I will go to the interrupts. Okay, the program is, for example, write a program to copy the contents of block starting from 6500H to 6509H into another block. You can write it down of the same length starting from 7500. So what is the program? You have to copy the contents of the block starting from 6500 to 6509H into another block. I will take a small value. We will take only 4 parentheses here. Okay, into another block which is starting from 7500 of the same length. What is the aim of that? 6500, 6501, correct? 6502, 6503, 6504. These 5 memory locations, whatever is the value, for example 00, or if I say 10, for example it has 20, for example it has 30, for example it has 40, for example it has 50. The same value has to be copied into 7500. Earlier it might be anything. Now after execution of program, this also should become 7500. 7501 should become 20. The contents of 7501 should become 20. Correct? Contents of 7502 should become 30. 03 should become 40. And 7504 content should become 50. That is the aim of your program. First thing is you must understand what is the aim of your program. Then only you will be able to write the programs. Okay. Now what can be the logic? How many memory locations are there? That is the same part. How many times you will have to repeat now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Right? So whatever is my count should be equal to 5. Correct? Now, for example, if I take this as address 1 and this as address 2, then my address 1 should be nothing but equal to 6500 and my address 2 should be nothing but equal to 7500. Correct? And then what I have to do is, in address 2, I have to transfer the contents of address 1. Correct? And after transferring it, I will have to go to 6501 now and 7501 now. That means address 1 should be equal to address 1 plus 1. Correct? Similarly, address 2 should be equal to address 2 plus 1. Okay. But whether to copy these memory locations or not, that will be decided by the counter value. Okay. Now 1 out of 5 with this 1 memory location is over. Now how many still memory locations are remaining? 4. How will I get that value? By count equal to count minus 1. Correct? And if the count is not 0, that means all memory locations are not over, right? If count is not 0, that means it has to go back to which step number? 1, 2, 3, 4th step. Then go to step 4. Correct? And if the count is 0, that means I have to end the program. If you have understood this algorithm, I hope you have understood this algorithm. Anybody who has not understood the algorithm or the logic of the program? Can unmute yourself or write in chat. Okay. If you have any problem, please write it in chat or you can unmute yourself. Okay. Now let's see. Now this is this is an 8-bit number, right? Correct? This is an 8-bit number. I will just write it in front of you. Okay, so 8-bit number can be stored in any register. Correct? These are all 16-bit numbers. So 16-bit number store करण्यासाठी you will need a register pair. So for example, here if I choose HL pair, then I will say LXI H6500. And here if I choose any other pair, now I have BC or DE pair, so I can say LXI, for example, D7500. That means I have used HL and DE pair. The remaining registers are B, C and A register. Out of that, I may need the A register. Correct? So that means this particular number, I can either bring it in B register or C register by the instruction MVI B, 0. If you have understood these three instructions, now we will have to work on this particular part. Address 1 is 6500, where it is in HL. Address 2 is in DE register pair, right? I cannot transfer the address to address contains directly because I don't have that particular information instruction, ready-made instruction. The address, if DE register has any address, then in that address we can store only accumulator contains by using STAXD instruction. STAXD instruction काय करते? Accumulator से contains will be transferred into the address given by DE register pair. Now DE has 7500. So 7500 मध्ये मला जर काय स्टोअर करायचं असेल, then first thing is I will have to bring those contains in the accumulator. That means 6500 contains the contents of 6500. I should first bring it in accumulator, and then from the accumulator I can transfer it to the address specified in DE. Now where is this 6500? 6500 is in HL. That means whatever is the memory value, right? HL has the address and the contents of those address are nothing but denoted by M. So what I will have to do is first bring the memory contents into the accumulator and then bring it into the address specified by DE register pair. So I will have to use two instructions which will satisfy this particular part. So the first part is nothing but I will say move A comma M and then I will say STAXD. So what it did? 6500 contents will be transferred to the accumulator and then the accumulator contents will be transferred to the address specified by DE register. Okay. Now address equal to address 1 plus 1. Where is my address 1? In HL. Right. So I will say INXH. Where is my address 2? In DE. Right. So I will say INXD. And then count equal to count minus 1. So where is my count? Count is in B register. Correct? Only 10 minutes are there. So I will say DCR B. Now if the B register value is not 0, so 0 flag is not set. Right? So here I will say JNZ. Now what is my step number 4? Step number 4 is nothing but this, right? Move A comma M is nothing but my step number 4. So here I will give, for example, A is the, or I will say loop is the label, correct? So what I will say here, jump if not 0, to LOOP loop. That means if it is the B value is not 0, it will again and again go to that particular step and execute those steps. And then end is nothing but your fault, or many times you use the RST1 instruction, which is in practical you will use RST1 instruction. In theory you will use fault instruction. So you have to correlate the instructions with these particular comments, okay, and then write the program. So I hope you have understood. See, what will this do? B register value will become 005. What will this do? HL will have 6500. DE will have 7500. What it will do? The contents of the address specified by HL register pair will be transferred to the accumulator. That means accumulator in this case will have 10 value. Okay, 6500 is nothing but 10 contains. So M is nothing but 10. So A becomes 10. Now when I say STAXD, so A contents will go in the address specified by DE register pair. So 10 will go in the address in DE, that is 7500. Mother 10 will. Okay, then you are saying INXH, so HL will now become 6501, DE will become 7501, and now decrement B, so B has become 4 and it is not 0, so it will go back here. So 6501 contains will now come to A. So what are 6501 contains? That is 20. Now 20 will come to A, and you are saying STAXD. So these 20 will go in 7501 address number. Okay. Again you are saying INXH, INXB, that is 7502 and 6502 झालं. Then decrement B, B has become 3. It is not 0, so it will go back here. Now what are the memory contents? 30. 30 will be now in A, and now my 7502 will become 30 with these two instructions. And this process repeats till your B value becomes 0. That is, all the memory locations are filled with this. I hope you have understood the logic of this. And how to write the programs. Students, what happened? Okay, so the question, the next program to you is, you will have to try this particular program now. Same program. Okay, write a program to copy the contents of the block starting from 6500 to this into another block of the same length starting from this in the reverse order. Now the question is slightly different. You have to write it in the reverse order. That means 6504 से जे contains आहेत 50, they should come here. 50 should be here, 40 should be here. Last year you must have done C++ मध्ये reverse the arrays of program. Okay, same in 8085. 7503 should become now 20, and this should become 10. That is the aim of your program. फार अवघड गेलं का आजचं? चला अनम्यूट करू का? Okay, students, so have you understood or not? Pin drop silence in the class. Karthik, Got it or no? Understood the programs or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any other students who want to tell? Yash Kamte, Yash Savan, Siddhi. I hope you have understood. Even if you will not be able, even if you are not able to write the program, try to analyze the program. Okay, if you have got the books, okay, just read the program and try to analyze. Means this particular instruction, what will it do? What will be the contents of HL? What will be the contents of D? If you try to analyze it, you will be I mean the instructions तुम्हाला नीट कळतील, and then you will start writing the program slowly. See, this is the first or second program which you are going to which you are writing. So right now तुम्हाला independently येईलच असं नाही, but start to analyze the program, what it does, what this instruction. Okay, automatically you will be able to write the program. Okay, I will not be able to start with the interrupts because hardly 2 minutes are there. So interrupts will start it on Monday. So what I will do is one theory part, thoda sa, and then 10 minutes I will give you one program to write. Okay, so this is how we can now, because the interrupts, some part is in chapter 1 and some part is in chapter 2. Okay, so I hope on Monday we can now again meet. Any difficulty regarding the fees payment or something, you can ping me, no problem. Okay, कोणाला काय जर NEFT चा नंबर नाही माहिती की account number, what is the account number that you don't know whether to pay with the QR code or not, that if you don't know, you can just message me, no problem. Okay, any other difficulty? If possible, try to buy a TPS. Paper 2 I will not recommend TPS for the explanation part, but while writing the question answers, TPS is good because you can just follow those particular points and then write the program in your own answer in your own words. But paper 1 साठी TPS चांगलं, paper 2 साठी points are good, but flow of the answer पाहिजे, that is not so well written in TPS. Okay, so shall I end the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye.